The organization providing shelter for asylum seekers at Tucson's Benedictine Monastery is preparing for a move in the coming weeks. You'll remember at the start of the year, the monastery's owner opened its doors, inviting Catholic Community Services to offer aid to migrants in transit through Tucson. With development at the monastery beginning soon, this week Catholic Community Services and Pima County announced plans to relocate to the county's juvenile detention complex. Catholic Community Services Teresa Cavendish and Diego Piña Lopez joined us to discuss the transition and ongoing challenges. Teresa, I want to start with you. Tell me about Catholic Community Services. What's been its mission over the last 5 years?
Well, Catholic Community Services has many missions, but as it relates to the work of the Casalitas program, we came in initially to just provide support to the community as it was rallying to work with the families that were being left at the Greyhound bus station by ICE and Border Patrol. And over time, we were able to add more to that. We were able to add some volunteer coordination, some additional facilities. We're now much deeper into the community on a lot of different sites through partner organizations and through 2 houses that we own, and then now working over at the monastery for the next few weeks.
And Diego, you've been overseeing day-to-day operations at the monastery. You told me since October you've worked with 14,000 people who have come through the doors?
Yes, 14,000 people, so many different backgrounds, stories to share, as well as needs and resources. So we were able to meet everyone's needs that come through the door and kind of learn a little bit more about the issues that are going on in Central America and across the world, really.
These are individuals who have just made a very long trek. They've been filtered through the federal government. Now they're with you. What exactly are they getting when they come to the monastery? What are their needs?
In the morning, Teresa and I get phone calls from ICE and Border Patrol letting us know what they're wanting to release for the day. And we're making sure to meet the initial need to make sure that no one is dropped off at the bus station. So within ourselves and partner organizations, we meet that need. When families first arrive, we check that they have their medicines, their money, their belongings, and then we welcome them inside to the monastery. And then from there, we do a medical check, resources they need for like missing persons, as well as any shock that they may be experiencing. From there, we really encourage choice, so they can go get clothing for themselves, take a shower, rest, set up their transportation. Everyone has sponsors in the United States, so they can call their sponsors, their families back home in Central America or across the globe, as well as do what they need to do, talk to the Guatemalan consulate or ask us for other services as well that they need.
There were some challenges toward the end of this time here at the monastery.
Yes, so some of the challenges we faced was the plumbing going down. So essentially, there is no more showers or bathrooms within the facility. So we've been really fortunate that Diggins & Sons has donated porta potties for us. We've been really fortunate that some parishes have donated time to build portable showers.
And St. Andrew's Presbyterian.
St. Andrew's Presbyterian donated their portable showers as well. So we've been really fortunate that the community has recognized our need for plumbing and has stepped up on essentially giving us that plumbing. Our problems early on with, how large the facility is and for the safety of the families, making sure that we know what was going on in each hallway to be able to build resources for the families. And, every so often we need a butter knife to open a locked door for the families.
It's a quirky building.
It's a quirky building.
It's a beautiful building, but it's quirky.
Yeah.
Early on in this conversation, there was concern about how families were treated where they were housed. In this case, we're moving from a monastery to a former juvenile jail. Concerned about the optics that this presents?
I think I'm less concerned about the optics because we already have the vision in place. We know what this will look like inside. And really the work of Casalitas is what brings the spirit, is what brings the warmth, what brings the welcoming. We were very fortunate to have the monastery, which kind of had magic in its walls, but really it's about this effort, the volunteers and the work itself. We can transform and uplift any space we go into. We already have visions of how it will look, and it will take a lot of work, but it will be amazing.
Given that we've had some time to look back and think, okay, this is manageable, we've been able to do it, what's the picture look like for the future?
I think that's anyone's guess. We know that right now there's been a small lull in the number of folks that are coming into the United States across the entire southwestern border. And nobody actually believes that's going to be sustained. And I think I might be speaking out of turn, but having spoken to ICE, Border Patrol, Customs and Border Protection, we just believe that this is a brief respite before the push begins again. And so our future, what does the need look like? It looks like what we're doing right now. There was a time about 8 weeks ago where we had over 700 individuals in shelter here in Tucson, and it wasn't enough. And Border Patrol was pushed to a place that they had to do a street release after that, and that's when the county and the city joined us in our efforts and have remained as very good partners with us since that point. So whether we have 100 people in shelter in the community at the moment, we know that our capacity and our need for 800 is really where we're going. And so we have to have that ability to spin up to that level.
Okay. My thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.